Okay, I'd like to call this meeting of the HATC Foundation to order at 12:20 p.m. Can I have a roll call, please?
Absolutely. Vice President Jimmy Paver.
Present.
Director Cheryl Brown.
Present.
Director Wilmer Roberts.
Here.
Director Laura Getchie.
Here.
Director Judy Flores.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Okay, great. Public forum, citizen communication. Anybody here who'd like to speak? Okay.
We also have minutes.
Item 3 is the regular agenda, election of officers, president and vice president. So we're only going to do 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call for nominations.
I don't need all this paper.
All right?
Caleb,
Yes.
do we have the minutes in there? The minutes are the minutes in the packet?
They are, yes.
Yeah, Chair, President, we need to approve the minutes from January. We skipped.
Oh, I don't
item
see
number-
that there.
It's
They're
not in
not?
the agenda.
Okay, never mind.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
go ahead.
That's what.
Okay. So the election of officers. Okay, so let's nominate for the office of vice president and president. Oh, but can we do vice president first?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Would anybody like to nominate an officer to serve as vice president?
I would like to nominate Commissioner Judy.
For vice president, I accept.
Okay, great. And do I hear any nominations for the office of president?
I would like to nominate Laura Getchie.
I accept.
Okay,
Okay,
you don't control all
Still
the
have a
money.
vote.
we just need to vote?
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Make a motion.
No, it just, I think
I move that
the
we
nomination
accept.
closed, and then you can just say any other further nomination do that 3 times, and there it.
Nominations are now closed.
Are
Are there any other nominations? Nominations? Nominations?
No, are there any other
Nomination.
nominations? Are there any other nominations?
Ugh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, do it 3 times.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none?
I move that Commissioner Judy and Commissioner Laura be accepted in the role of vice president and president.
Okay, I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. That was great. All right. Item 4, Executive Director's Report, Big Austin update.
There you go. Finally.
Y'all want to move or we get here?
Yes,
Yeah.
would you? Well, I guess there's 3 of you.
Somebody needs to be to the mic.
Yeah, we can move the mic back.
Thank you for having us today. We appreciate. Is it on? Okay, thank you for having us today. We appreciate having the opportunity to present to you. We apologize, we weren't at the last meeting. We had a rampant COVID virus running through our office, and so we all suffered from COVID for about 3 to 4 weeks, and of course then we had administrative staff who was key, who had a difficult accident. But we just wanted to follow up and just kind of talk generally, and all of us will kind of have some comments about where the program has been going, how things have been progressing, and then how we will move forward in the next phases. I know that Michaela had actually put together a slideshow that you want to put that up as well as we kind of go through the next phase. I don't know how to change it.
Next slide.
Slide.
Showing you a better way to do this, and which instead of wasting all this paper.
Okay, fix it, okay. So I think the first slide kind of goes through just the different activities that have taken place. We started the contract back in July 2023. I'm going to just talk about 2024 specifically. Over the months of January to August, we've had about 66 events Of those 66 events, we've had a variety of participants and individuals signing up. Thank you. And so this is just, I believe, a little outline of some of the most recent events that we had this month. We had a backpack drive that was basically for the students going back to school. Of 86 signed up anticipated participants, 79 actually picked up backpacks and participated in the event. And as we talk about this, I will have our team members say a few words. Chezzy Floyd here is probably 80% of her job is focused on the HATC contract to ensure that it is consistently being fed and that we're consistently learning about the program. At the same time, Stephanie Douglas, who is our COO, helps with managing what types of program we put together and consults as well with clients if necessary. So kind of wanted to throw that out as Chezzy might have some more additional comments as we go through.
We're going to try and limit this to about 10 minutes if you guys can fall underneath
It would
that.
be,
That would be great.
that's great.
Thank you.
Great, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
We won't drag you through this
Good.
for a long time. And so I think that's the first part of is that this is gonna give you an idea of what we have done. During this process, we have actually given away different giveaways to incentivize residents to participate in the different programming. Effective from our nonprofit itself, we've done about $3,900 in incentives. That is cash and technology-based incentives for the different programs. Giveaways for grocery stores, distribution of school supplies, gift cards for a number of things, as well as Thanksgiving. We gave away $70 HEB cards for them to buy groceries for Thanksgiving. And then we have two Target shopping sprees during the Christmas holiday that were part of the process as well, totaling about $3,900. And so we're really excited about those programs to incentivize these individuals. But as we go into the next phase or the next few months of this grants, we know we have to do a bit more. And I think I'm going to let Chezzy and Stephanie talk a little bit quickly about numbers, and then I'm going to talk about the next phases of what we're going to do. So do you want to talk about that? So, Chezzy.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Can you hear me? I'm sorry. So throughout the year, and as the last board meeting that you guys had, we were at 93 people, residents that we had served through the program. And now we have 22 more that have attended the bookmobile, which goes on monthly and it's on a rotating calendar. So they visit the 3 sites. It's Alexander Oaks, it's Summit Oaks, and Eastern Oaks. Then we had one workshop, which was the Be Your Credit Boss, which goes over financial literacy. And we had a client attend that workshop, as well as giving out the 79 backpacks, giving us a total of 195 people being served throughout the year. So as far as numbers, we're looking really good as who we're servicing, and I'll give it over to Stephanie.
Yeah, because basically, I think you received our year in review last time that we were not here, and we're sorry again that we were not here, but I'm really proud of what we've done. We came in and resurrected a program that had not been going on for a few years, and then it was right after COVID. Reestablishing relationships with these tenants. Chezzy's knocked on doors. She's been on property. She actually has been at the bookmobile to see the kids and the parents. We have really trying to dig deep and to form those relationships that kind of weren't really there, to be quite honest. So I think the program, I think our numbers definitely could improve, but I think that we have had a great year starting.
And most recently, I know that, HACA reached out to us because we did help early on in their self-sufficiency program. Just want to note that we understand the struggle of these types of programs long-term. To note that HACA just only after 5 years graduated 10 individuals out of their self-sufficiency program, it tells you how difficult it is to keep those individuals participating. And so as we look at this, we are doing a number of things as we move forward. One, it's very important for us to partner with Texas Commission on Housing Authorities so that, we can more have a presence and a trusted relationship to get help effectively, to connect with, and assist with individual residents. We're going to be using focus groups a lot more. So we are reaching out and we're trying to establish 3 to 4 ambassadors out of the residents. I think Chesney has gotten one on board already, correct?
Yes.
Who seems to be really excited. And so we'll utilize those 4 residents to then be ambassadors to go out on a regular basis in the communities, but also to establish help establish focus groups so we can really understand what engages them. We're bringing on a psychologist as well to help us understand what motivates different individuals to participate in certain types of programming, what's stopping them from participating, so we can better meet their needs. We're also looking at more foundational support and incentives. And when I say that, we're looking at, when we talk about entrepreneurship and we talk about small businesses, workforce development, things like that, there are some basic skills that we really need to focus on. And so we're really looking at those baseline skills and ensuring that we're serving that first as we build up to more entrepreneurship, jobs in the tech industry, all those things. We have to meet the baseline, and so we're doing that. We did find out that, what percentage is disabled?
Over 50%.
Over 50% of the residents are disabled, and so we need to be a lot more cognizant of that as we.
SSI, or SSI, yeah.
Yes, well, yeah. And so we're also incorporating that into our planning process for what we do. And then know that, we're setting some participation expectations. When we have, we get a lot of excitement as we send things out, and we continue to notify through email. As we said, Chesney knocks on doors, she puts flyers on the different sites. There's just a lot of communication that we do. Excuse me?
Phone calls.
And phone calls as well. We understand that we're doing everything we can, and so usually, we'll get a nice, list of individuals that sign up without pressure. So we'll have 40 people sign up for an event, and then only 2 show up. We've got to get those numbers up and understand that if 40 people sign up, if we can get 20% to show up, that would be great. So we want you to understand that we are going to be working a lot more in that. We recently hired Trelawney Bostic, who worked for HHSE, and this was her area of expertise, communications, outreach, and this is her, core community that she works with. So we're going to be having some unique types of special events that include looking and focusing on the needs of the residents, such as, if you're having tough time struggling to sign up for WIC, or you're having some problems in that, we're going to help you with that. Other support services like childcare and what is some
Buses,
of the
getting passes for buses.
and so we're going to have more fairs like that at each site where they get their critical services met. Because if I need to go down to WIC and work on getting, some paperwork out of the way, I don't have time to come and try to worry about how can I get my credit straight or different things like that. So we're being more sensitive to those areas. And so we should see an uptick even more in participation as we focus on baseline events.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
I do.
Go ahead.
You go ahead, ladies first.
So one of the things that crossed my mind when you all were talking about knocking on doors and meeting with tenants is I know that, on all the properties we have Carlos and we have Christina scheduling meetings where they're talking about matters that's associated with them living on the property and information that they have that the tenants will need to get squared away with their rent and that type of thing.
Sure.
And so my thought was, if they have dates that are scheduled where they're actually pulling people together and that is something that's really important to them. Is it feasible to have you all tag along with that so that, you know, you have a meeting agenda where, you know, you talk about, here's what you need to do to make sure that you are in compliance with, you know, your rent, and we can help you with this or whatever. And then if there are other needs that they have, that you can share information about WIC and whatever
Medicaid
else.
and Medicare, all those different.
Yeah,
yes,
whatever.
That would be awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
That'd be excellent.
You know, so I think that if we have, if they have the schedule, so that you're not doing this and you're having people sign up and only a few people showing up, that if we can have, you know, both come together. And then we had another presentation today, where there's another organization that was saying that they wanted to maybe, you know, cater to medical needs of black men.
Yes.
Right? So now you have essentially 3 topics that you can present to these people that are all topics that's associated with aiding them and helping them.
Definitely. I think that would be a great opportunity. We would love to do that. I know that Chezzy and Stephanie were starting to reach out to possibly do that, because we don't want to overtax the residents with so much coming at them every day, that if we can put it all at the same time, the same place, that's great. Also, healthcare is a big issue, and so we do know of Dr. Wallace's program, and we'd love to partner up with them for men's health in general as well. For the residents, that would help us as we talk about, you know, the challenges with Medicare and Medicaid, and, you know, and help get professionals there that help with the paperwork. I think that's just a huge area that we need to help with.
And great minds run together. That's kind of the same thing that I was getting ready to say. Also, collaboration is what I
That was
think
one of-
Cheryl is referring to, as well as if you hear something, please share it with Christina, Patrick, or Carlos, or somebody here at the office, because we take a lot of hits from outside entities that don't realize what everything that we're doing, and they come every month to complain, or to not or to express concerns that may not be as valid, and residents for some reason feel comfortable talking to them. And if you guys are out there, and Christina's out there talking, you know, how are they getting to the people, and you all are not? And we'd like to hear that
No, that's very,
information coming
very,
back.
very important. And that's the reason why we really wanted to establish ambassadors, which there are residents who now communicate. And Chezzy has a great way of going out and meeting with individuals, talking to them. They actually spend a lot of time talking to Chezzy. So, and so those ambassadors can then carry back that information, and actually maybe even attend a meeting or two to tell how their relationship is going.
And there's a church, and I don't mean, that also is offering a class on financial peace, and that is being offered, and I think it starts next Monday, and it's like a $20 fee to buy the book, and class is free, basically.
Well, I will say this, that we have been doing financial literacy workshops for them that are free, and now we're offering them on site, so that they don't even have to like veer out of their complexes per se. And as well as working with, now with Christina being here, anytime we are doing a workshop or an event or anything, I do send that to them, and they also pass out flyers and communicate that with them. I think the problem has been more so them signing up, or actually just, it's the
Yes.
follow through.
Yeah.
It's, they'll say like, hey, yeah, we're gonna come, and they'll give their verbal commitment, or sometimes they'll do it online, and then sometimes we just have drop-ins.
Right.
So for us, it's just finding another way to engage them, or actually incentivizing them, or making sure that they
But my only point is collaboration and communication, and
Yeah.
Christina, if you will do the same thing with them as you hear things
And
more about.
I just shared the schedule. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure that you have already scheduled dates of when you're gonna be at different properties. And if you can Because I think that if you can collaborate on an agenda
Yes.
of what you're gonna be presenting and the specific dates, I think the marriage would be a powerful marriage.
I agree, definitely, and I look forward to working with them more closely. I do know I'll pick some ideas that me being there 3 months at the communities have seen where we need more of, and I noticed that Carlos and I, a lot of people tend to show up when there's food involved or door permits and stuff.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Flyer, because we have good turnouts.
Right.
Like more than, I believe, half of the community show up, and especially, like, I'm getting ready to issue parking stickers. Everybody's gonna show up, so that's where I'll be able
Yeah,
to
that'd
invite
be
them.
appropriate,
Because
yeah.
they'll be able to be more familiar, because it took them a time to even open up to me, so if they don't know y'all.
Exactly.
So I believe that that's a great idea, that we can all collaborate on our town hall meetings. Now that we're fully staffed, we're gonna be hosting them once a month.
Great.
And then we're going from there.
That'd be
So Mr. Howard, at one point, we had someone within staff whose focus was foundation.
That's right.
That's correct.
Who is that person now?
So it was Eric Lindholm, and then when we decided that the capacity was better, that we would maximize our capacity by outsourcing it, then we deliver that to Big Austin. So Steve was the liaison with Big Austin, and obviously now it's the director's office in terms of the liaison with Big Austin. But we have gave them the full responsibility of, handling that what we did in-house.
So
Yeah,
in
but-
terms of I'm sorry.
The only thing I was gonna say is, I think some collaboration, and somebody from the staff needs to be collaborating and making sure that they're coordinating these resources.
Is
Yeah,
this-
they hear from me quite often, so.
Well, I'm
But I
not
mean, in
talking about,
terms-
you can.
Well, I understand, so what I'm saying is, right, there's not any real extra people around to do
Well,
that.
you're
unless
getting ready
we-
to hire somebody.
Well, thank you for giving me that authorization to hire someone to do that.
No, well,
But
my
but-
thought was
uh-huh.
like, as a liaison, you know,
Yes.
you have, I'm just gonna throw this out there, you can toss it by the wayside, cause I don't really know what the work capacity is, but you have, personalities like Michaela and Alicia that could possibly help in coordinating efforts between, these different entities that we wanna share, so that when we, just from a foundation perspective,
Yeah.
that we're covering, not that they're doing the work, she's doing the work, but, or, they would do the work, but just pulling together an agenda, so, because I don't wanna take away from anything that Christina, what you're doing is so incredibly important to us, that I don't wanna bombard you with other things, but I think if we had somebody that could just kinda help synergize these different interests, that it would flow a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, I would submit to you that that's basically what's been happening with me and the executive team, in terms of myself, Michaela, and Alicia. I mean, that's typically who liaises with the Big Austin. We can make that a little more formal as it relates to that, but that's essentially what has been happening. So we certainly can look at how that would, we can better take that to scale, but certainly duly noted in terms of what you're sharing.
And if you don't mind me interjecting, Patrick and I meet once every other week and to go over things. However, sometimes, which they clearly tell me regularly, you don't translate very well, Stacy. So they think that what I translate back sometime is not the best. But Michaela and Chezzy talking, they do communicate often. I do like to have that process. I mean, I think for us, because I know Patrick's busy, I'm busy, they really are very much hands-on. And so having that liaison I think would definitely help in that way, at least
Yeah,
you can
it'll
coordinate
tie
everyone.
everybody together,
Yeah.
I mean, because right now we have Christina that's doing her thing, you're doing your thing, you're meeting at separate times or trying to meet at separate times, she's meeting at a different, I'm just saying that there could be
It
some
makes a lot of
synergy
sense.
there. So,
There's
you guys
outside-
got it. I'm not trying to tell you how to do
All
it.
right,
No,
let's
no,
wrap
no,
this up.
I appreciate
Sorry,
that.
guys.
Those outside interests that come in.
3 hours
My
and 15
goal
minutes
is
is
to
my limit.
limit that, okay?
All right, I appreciate everybody.
Okay.
Any new or unfinished business? Motion
We
to adjourn.
We adjourn.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I second, oh, she said I second.
All those in favor? All right. That's a record.
Okay.
Everyone.